I figured everyone's going to be talking about the same stuff, the entanglement and Jada and all that. I'm like, yeah, let's do a different route. Everyone talks about the same stuff. Let's talk about what if it was Chappelle on stage. Because that's what I was thinking last night when I saw it pop up on social media. Like, what if that was Chappelle instead of Chris Rock? How would have that went down? And I think maybe as a warm up, Chappelle would have gave Will a nice old school throwback pimp slap, iceberg slim style, and then maybe it would have turned into an all out brawl. And there's another scenario, but let's just go with the brawl. I think you look at Dave; he was getting jacked at one point, right? I forgot, maybe like 10 years ago. He was putting on some size and working out, but I just feel like he wants that story. If you gave Dave the opportunity to in the future walk onto a stage and go, "Hey, you remember that time that I whipped Will Smith's ass at the Oscars?" Like you would have just gave Chappelle 15 minutes of golden comedy, right? So I don't think Chappelle would have backed down. I think he would have turned it into a scrap. Just because I think he's that dude. I think he's like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna bust Will Smith's ass at the Oscars right now. Let's go. Um, and I think the other route, which I thought Chris was gonna do, is just light Will up until he walks out. And Chris didn't go that route. He kept it classy. He kind of held it together, and it's probably the right thing to do. But I think Chappelle would have just went in on him. I just think he would have went on the entanglement. Some young buck banging your wife while you're like. I just think Chappelle would have just unleashed it, and maybe that would have caused a fight, or they would have to cut him off, or security would have stopped it. I just think the outcome would have been different. It probably would have been different with quite a few comedians. I think Chris Rock just kind of kept it together, and which was the right thing to do. It could have been a little more entertaining if we had a full out brawl or scrap, or if Chris would have went, you know what, flick that switch on. I'm gonna just destroy Will. Um, but you kind of look at it, and it's kind of sad. You feel like it's probably misplaced anger. Maybe him and Chris got some beef going on because I want to say Chris made a comment about Jada in 2016. Don't quote me on that. I just feel like he did. They might have some beef we don't know about, and it boiled over. But there's always been so much talk of Will kind of being a broken man. The entanglement stuff, that interview where he looks like a broken man. It's just maybe his life's all jacked up, and I get it. I wrote in a book I have coming out at some point called Reclaimed. It's about trying to reclaim your life after 40, and life tends to melt down, beat you up, and maybe Will's just at that point where what's going on with his relationship. Maybe there's stuff going on in his family and his career, and it's just he's one thread tug away from everything just falling apart right now. And I saw a dude that was kind of broken, that was just down on his ass, and kind of sad. I guess you hope that he gets his act together in that sense. Maybe Chris shouldn't have made that joke. She does have a medical condition. But at the end of the day, it's a comedian on stage. You go write something on Twitter later, or your PR people put something out saying how it wasn't classy to do that. I just have a feeling this beef runs deeper. Like, god damn, do I wish Chappelle was up there and this went down. Maybe Will doesn't even try it if it's Chappelle. Like, you got to think, like, Chappelle's probably going to swing on you. I don't know. If someone's attacking him first, Chappelle's probably swinging, right? I don't know. Maybe I got Chappelle wrong. I don't think Chappelle would have passed up any opportunity to walk up on stage and go, remember that time I whipped Will Smith's ass at the Oscars? Like, oh my God, I wish we had that. Once in a lifetime opportunity, but who knows? It's, the comments have not been nice to Will. There's been a handful of people saying, hey, it was a, poorly done joke, out of taste joke, and sounds like it was. But it's just everyone says, "Hey, man, like you should have been putting all that rage on the guy that's sleeping with your wife, and get your act together at home, and I would say it's been like 90%. Not that the internet matters. The comments been like 90%. Kind of will get your act together, and 10% Chris was wrong. Um, a lot of people last night were saying that it was staged, and if you listen to the thud, it didn't sound staged. And then but for me, when you heard Will cussing, we know how they don't like cussing on TV. It really screws things up. And for him to say it twice and the amount of anger that was in his voice, now Will's an actor, so it's possible that he was acting. And so you could believe that maybe it was staged. He's an actor. Maybe he could put on a good performance. But that just sounded like rage. That was like when Michael Douglas falling down, I'm melting down, I'm losing it all right here, right now type of moment. And no one should get pushed to that point anyways. So I get it. Like, you can say Chris was wrong, but I mean, that's what he does. It's got to be some beef there, right? There's got to be something that just runs a little bit deeper. And I was laughing to myself because I want to say at one point in the past, Will Smith got up on stage. He won something in music, I'm guessing, and he was talking about how he never cusses in songs and he's this perfect little person, but dropping F-bombs at the Oscars is okay. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. Anyways, in your mind, what do you think would have happened if Chappelle was up there? What if Charlie Murphy was up there? That would have been like, Charlie would have scrapped, right? I don't know. Trying not to talk about the same stuff everyone's talking about, and I still halfway end up talking about what everybody else is talking about. Anyways, let's think about it. What do you think Chappelle would have done? Drop a comment below.